Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today is going to be a bit of a topic that we've discussed previously, but it's always relevant and it's most relevant in my life right now, and that is injury prevention and life after injury. Especially as a dancer or an athlete of any kind, you're going to experience injuries, countless injuries in your life, and the aftermath of that is never going to be the same. I have discussed this before, but I have had many injuries in my life, and I'm only 22 now. And I feel like the thing I get most commented on if I tell people who aren't dancers, "Oh, my body hurts today. Oh, my back is hey, I can't do this today," or at work I couldn't even lift a big tray or that many plates today because I was in that much pain. And someone goes, "Well, you're only 22. I don't want to hear you complaining until you're 30. I don't want to hear you complaining until you're 50 and you know what it's like." I'm like, I have injured myself more at the age of 22 than most 50-year-olds have in their point in time. Um, yeah, the most relevant one to my here and now right now is I broke my back at the age of 16. I fractured my spine fractured 3 bones in my spine. And so that has left me with some lingering pains. It's not necessarily, it's not injured anymore. I'm not broken. I have no broken bones in my body, but it has resulted in limited mobility, muscle fatigue and or trauma, and a bit of nerve damage or pain as well. I get sciatic nerve pain now, which, if you don't know what that is, it's like shooting pain down your legs, basically, is the only way for me to describe it to you, but it's connected to your spine. It's like the nerves that connect your spine to your pelvis. Anywho, I am bringing this up right now because I want to share some things that I'm trying to implement to overcome these things in my life and stay healthy or stay doable, stay movable. There we go. Stay mobile, I did in fact do my serving job today, and it was a hot mess, and I went home early. Not early, but I was the first one to go home because I was in agonizing pain. Things would tense up every so often. I couldn't lift. There was a lot of things. And I did call out of my second job today because it's assisting with the dance class, and I can't really dance right now. So I wouldn't really be helpful. Anyways, some things that I am doing right now to better my pain, or that I'm working with. I currently have a heating pad on my back right now because I need my muscles to relax, stop tensing, all of that stuff. I have been spending a lot of time laying down. I'm not sitting up. I'm fully laying down in a way that's not hurting me, and I'm in my bed, so it's nice and soft. I know people look at me every so often, especially the people I used to live with, of why are you just laying in your bed? And the simple answer is I have back problems and it's comfortable. And then what I'm going to do right now, because I feel really tight and kind of helpless right now, is I'm going to do some stretching, some things that I have learned specifically that help with the parts of my back that are sore, but also stretch the other parts of my body, because a thing about pain or body injuries is it affects more than just one spot. It mainly affects the things around it, and majorly affects the whole function of your body on the things that are connected to that point, not specifically just that point. Now I'm ranting on about injury prevention, and I have done a lot of studying about this because, one, I've experienced it firsthand. I have gone to a physical therapist multiple times, different physical therapists, and got their 2 cents, asked questions, but also I went to school for dance, and part of the things they teach you, or at least what I was taught, was injury prevention and the anatomy of the human body, when it comes to dance specifically. So yeah, I have some 2 cents on this subject. I'm not just going off the handle here, but I wanted to share my experience with y'all and kind of what I'm doing because it feels important to me, and that's the whole reason why I'm sharing stuff on the internet. So I'm gonna get to stretching. I'm just gonna put on a YouTube video for background noise. I'm not gonna do anything that's like instructed per se, but I'm gonna do my own stretching. Yeah. So let's go. Gotta have my cute Winnie the Pooh socks on and take out the heating pad. Also, if you kind of can't see the messiness in my room right now, but we're not gonna ask any questions. One of the most important things when you're stretching is to keep breathing. I'm probably gonna put music over this, but I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. It's if you're stretching with me and you just notice that things feel a little tight, take a deep breath in and out and let yourself go a little deeper in that stretch. I had one of my coworkers recently tell me that stretching was his least favorite part of working out or staying fit because it always hurt. And I was like, that's kind of the point. Until you get used to the idea of stretching, it's gonna hurt in some way or form because you're just not used to it. Is the realest answer. But stretching is not meant to hurt in a painful way, in a injury inducing way, but it's supposed to be the extension of your muscles. So it's not supposed to be pleasant, but the benefits outweigh the initial tension, and the more you do it, the kind of less you'll notice it. Alrighty, putting my heating pad back on my back. And that stretch honestly felt pretty great. Another thing that I do to stretch if I'm feeling up to it is using a foam roller, especially to decompress my lower spine and hold on. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my TV. Just to decompress my lower spine and my hips if I need it. But right now my back pain is coming from a little higher up, and it definitely comes from the fact that I'm out of alignment. So another thing that I do to help with pain and pain management, because it is always management, is go to the chiropractor. I know people have so many opinions on if you should or shouldn't go to the chiropractor, why it's harmful, why it's so good for you. I know that there's varying opinions. It works for me, and so I'm going to keep doing it, and I very much value it in my lifestyle. Anywho, so I went to the chiropractor last Wednesday to get an adjustment, and I go every other week, so I'm not planning on going this week. I, however, need to after this experience that I'm having right now, so I'm going to call them tomorrow and try to get in after I get off work. I am trying to get someone to cover my shift tomorrow, just because this morning was not on the great side, but we'll see if that works. I would call them right now, but it's currently almost 7 o'clock and they are not open. So I'm going to put away the laundry that's sitting on my bed, and then I'm probably going to go back to sitting in my bed and reading a book. Alrighty, everyone, it is the next day since I filmed my little stretching motivational spiel that I gave basically about my injury, and just realizing how much has changed within the past 6 years of my life. I obviously wasn't sharing my life on the internet when this happened to me, but I have been sharing my life on the internet since it's happened, especially the past 2 years, a little bit more diligently. And yeah, let's just say it was quite the experience that I went through, and I'm learning every day again little things about myself that have changed, but also how I've grown stronger and how this has made me who I am today, basically. I would not be who I am today if I didn't go through all the things that I've been through in my life. And I will say the past 4 years of college have definitely shaped that as well. And I don't want to forget about what I did in college and about all the things that I learned in the process. But I do know that this stage of life is more important on my self-discipline and my accountability for myself to keep myself accountable, basically. Sorry. But yeah, it's currently 8:30 at night. I did in fact go to work today. No one covered my shift, but my manager was nice enough to not make me carry all the heavy things. So I limited my carrying ability. I was more cognizant of how I'm supposed to be lifting things and not relying on my back to do even the smallest bit of lifting. So it's definitely going to be a bit of an adjustment. At work for a little bit, I am going to try to call and get into the chiropractor tomorrow. I did not get to do that today, but I have been sitting at my desk today and I made dinner, so we're making progress. I did in fact end up taking ibuprofen instead of Tylenol for work today, and that definitely helped. And so probably most of my issue was some inflammation in the meantime, and I probably should have taken ibuprofen first, but I usually just take Tylenol if it's a muscular sort of pain. Anywho, another thing I want to, I don't know, add to the conversation is being aware of the importance of feeling comfortable, if that makes any sense. I am currently sitting in this little office desk chair that I found at Target, and I've had it for 5 years now, 4 years. I've had it for 4 years now, and it has definitely been a great investment because I can sit at my desk. Mind you, I'm sitting with my feet up and like fully leaned back, but I can sit and not have any problems with my back or really have any problems at all as far as pain. And so this is another place in the house that I'm, or in, yeah, in the house in general that I'm comfortable sitting. And so my bed, my chair are solid. In the future, when I have to think about buying furniture, that's definitely going to be something that I have to think about as far as my own furnishings. I don't have that luxury right now, so most of my comfortability comes from sitting in my room. Anyway, that was kind of what was majorly on my brain right now, but we've made some progress. I definitely think the stretching and the heat helped. Now that I'm thinking about it, I am probably going to do heat again and maybe stretch if I feel like it. I am reading a really good book right now, so that's my main priority, but I feel good about the progress that I've made, even if it's been only like a day. But being able to take care of myself in this small little way is very important to me, and just makes me feel better. That's the biggest answer I can give you right now. There's a lot of things that you can talk about when it comes to injury as an athlete or a dancer or as a normal human being, if you want to put it that way. Um, and I've had many more injuries despite my back. This is just the one most prevalent in my life because it was traumatic in a sense. I won't go into the detail of it, but it wasn't just like normal situations and my back broke. But that makes me a, I don't know, special case. I don't want to say special. But this just isn't a normal situation that most people at the age of 22 have to deal with and have been dealing with for the past 6 years. So, yeah, just being aware of that, I guess, brings me some peace of mind to know that I've conquered something, I've worked through something, I have the strength to keep going. And I want to remind you that you also have the strength to keep going, and that even if you feel like you don't right now, your future self is going to benefit greatly from you putting an ounce of effort into your life. That's it. Like it takes a step every day. It takes one thing that you do to make yourself feel better. It takes one thing you do to allow yourself to better yourself. Is it? It's mainly what I want you to take away from my digress into being injured and the changes that it makes on life. Anyways, I'm going to quit. I apologize. I am going to quit yapping at you. I just wanted to close out this video with a few more words because it's mainly what this video is just me talking through a major point in my life and sharing it with you. So I'd love to hear your support in the comments. If you have any other stories that you'd love to share, I'd love to hear them and just commune with you. Build a community with you. Yeah. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, lovelies.